Hello everybody, welcome back to E Cubed. Today's video is brought to you by some new patrons, some new sponsors. I'm going to thank them at the end of the video. If you are not a sponsor, think about it. I'll tell you how to become one at the end. Take an active role in your education. Today's expression, it's a word, and the word is ruse. Ruse. And this word is especially common in war or in battle. So the idea, you have two armies. You have one army over here and you have another army over here, okay? And this army wants to attack, and actually this is the best place to attack. This is the best place to attack. They're not very strong. So they want to go here, but they want to be successful, very successful. So what they do is they actually start an attack this way. They start sending their soldiers over this way to start attacking here. This is another weak area. So when this army sees, aha, they're coming over here, many more of their soldiers start to go over here. But then this army suddenly sends tons of soldiers, lots of power right here, and boom, they attack and they are victorious. They win the battle. So step one, strategy. They want to go here, but they absolutely want to win. Step two, a ruse. A scheme, a deception. They want to confuse the blue army, so they send some soldiers. It looks like a lot. They send some over here. This is a ruse. And this army thinks it's real, but it's a trick. It's a deception. And then, once this army moves towards the ruse, the original, the real plan, the real attack occurs. Now, this, once again, it's a very common word in war, in battle, but we use it in daily life too. We use it in everyday life. Sometimes, for example, you want to borrow some money from a friend, right? Hey, John, can I have $100? He'll probably say no. So what we do is something else. We bake John a cake. Hey John, is it your birthday? Oh, it's not your birthday? I know, it's just a cake. You know, I was making cake at home and I thought of you, and there you go. So enjoy the cake. 2 days later, we go back to John. John, you know, I was wondering if it's possible I could borrow $100. Now you've made him happy. He likes you. He's your friend. So now you've created a ruse, a deception. You didn't give him cake because you like him. You gave him cake because you want his money. That is a ruse. Sometimes ruses are good, but many times they're pretty bad. Now, in the dialogue, it's a good ruse. Check it out. How are you going to surprise him with this camera? I don't know. He's always in his room. We need to think of a ruse to get him out. As you know, I shoot videos and I use this camera. This camera is getting very old and it's time for a new camera. So the idea in this dialogue is somebody, my brother, bought me a new camera and they want to surprise me, but they don't want to tell me. They just want to take this camera that I'm using now and they want to replace it with the new camera. So I come here to shoot my E-Cube video. A new camera, and I'm really happy. But the problem is, I'm always in my room. I'm always in my studio, so they have no chance to replace the camera, to make the surprise. So they need to create some sort of ruse. They need to create some sort of scheme, some sort of plan, some sort of deception, some sort of trick to get me out of my room so they can replace the camera, and then I come back, whoa, and it's a surprise. Does that make sense? I hope so. This is kind of a tough word, but once again, if you're watching the news, if you're watching military news, or even stories about strategy, you'll come across this word. So I want you to know it. A ruse. A deception. Now, usually deception is very negative, but sometimes in the case of a surprise gift, a surprise party, we need a ruse in order to have the surprise. Does that make sense? I hope so. As always, with these difficult words and expressions, go to Google. Google the word ruse. Especially look under the news section and see how people use this word ruse. Okay? Alright, let's check out the dialogue 3 more times. Make sure you practice with a partner, and then I'm going to say thank you to my new sponsors. How are you going to surprise him with this camera?
I don't know.
He's always in his room.
We need to think of a ruse to get him out.
How are you going to surprise him with this camera?
I don't know.
He's always in his room.
We need to think of a ruse to get him out.
How are you going to surprise him with this camera?
I don't know.
He's always in his room.
We need to think of a ruse to get him out.
Thank you so much to my new sponsors, and this is going to take me a minute. Now, as you know, many of you know, I have actually been on vacation, and my vacation is almost finished, so I haven't been checking my email. So here we go. Now I've got Sergey. Sergey is a new sponsor. Thank you so much. And we have Michelle. Michelle also, thank you very much. And now I have to switch my screen. Yeah, please wait for me. This is, oh boy, this is going to take forever. My computer's slow. Here we go. We have Bay, B-A-Y. Bay, thank you very much for becoming my new sponsor. Dimitri, once again, thank you for becoming my new sponsor. And we have, after Bay, I know there's another one somewhere. C-Y-B-E-L-E. Sibel. I hope the pronunciation is okay. Once again, thank you so much for becoming my new sponsor, my new patron. Now, all of these people are sponsoring me, are supporting me on Patreon, patreon.com/Coach Shane. And there are other people who support me with the coffee fund and send donations on PayPal. If I do not introduce you and you're wondering, hey, come on, why don't you say my name? Please send me an email so I won't forget. There's lots of things I need to check, and sometimes I do forget, but I see every donation, and once again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are keeping this going and keeping us growing, so thank you very much. Remember, you are supporting me, but also it's an investment in your education. If you like the way I teach English, if you like the way I'm coaching you, then support me, and I'll make sure that I continue to do it. Not just with E-Cubed, but we have podcasts and daily dictation, our other channel, PIR, the pronunciation channel, Coach Shane's ESL, that channel. We have the Korean channel, Success English on YouTube. So many excellent things, and yeah, I appreciate it. I need your help, and it's yours. By becoming a patron, you are becoming an owner. So let's all do this together. And together I promise to help you master English, okay? Thank you very much to my new and of course to my old sponsors. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye.